welcome to the Starstable Historian. I am your hostess, Simona Leondottir, also known as Simba. This channel is for everyone interested in the lore of Jorvik. We're going to talk about characters, events, quests, and so much more. But please do remember, the game has changed a lot over the years, and therefore some information might be outdated. But let's help each other figure out what's actual today and what has been changed. I myself have played since 2011, first on an account where I forgot to feed a horse and therefore thought it died, but in 2012 I made a new one, my dear Simone. And I thought it would be suitable for us to start with the history of the actual game. But you know what? Let's change clothes and scenery. To the library. According to your Wikipedia, Starstable's very own Wikipedia, by the way, founded by the player Esmeralda Silverforce, the story of Jorvik began with Starshine Legacy. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a game series consisting of 4 CDs that released in 2005. That means it was 20 years ago, last year. Insane, right? The 4 games each have a main character, but they all appear in each other's games. And if you played Starstable for a while, you might recognize them. Lisa, Linda, Anne, and Alex. As the powers of darkness rise, the girls realize that they are a part of a game of much higher stakes, where they each must rise to the occasion to defend Jorvik. And they each have a horse that they can talk to, since there will most likely be a separate videos where we discuss these characters more deeply. I will refrain from saying much more about the story. But you have to know that these games are available to play online. I'll make sure to post a link in the description. The company that created this game was called Pixel Tales, and they made these games for the Pollux Club, a book subscription club in Sweden. But the story of Jorvik didn't end there, as you might guess. 2006, a year after Starshine Legacy, they released Star Academy. Lisa, the Soul Rider, appears here as well, but as a singer now, instead of battling the forces of darkness. The games followed 3 girls who sought to become great artists. Unfortunately, these games aren't sold anymore, but if you're lucky, you might get hold of a copy. These are really rare, however. In 2008, we finally got Starstable, but without the online part. This was yet another 4-part game series created by Hidden Entertainment in collaboration with Stabenfeld. These guys are also behind the 2 previous games. Each game had a theme of the seasons: the Winter Rider, the Spring Rider, the Fall Rider, and the Summer Rider. As it is with Star Academy, these games are hard to find, since they're not online. These 3 games are the very foundation of Starstable Online, the biggest, as of yet, online horse game there is today. And our beloved game was released in 2011 and quickly became popular. Did you know you can still find old videos of the game pre-release? A year after its release, the game had over 40,000 players. 5 years later, they reached 400,000 active players per month, with over 12 million registered. But the game looked very different in the beginning. For a start, you could only ride your starter horse until the option to buy more released in 2013. I myself actually remember that Wednesday. I was 12 years old and had been looking forward to this for ages. And I could only buy the cheap ones because I wasted all my star coins. And at the start, you could only ride in Silverglade. Golden Hills was the first additional area to release, and players could unlock the area in 2012. Next area was the Harvest Counties, released in 2013. And thereafter came Valley of the Hidden Dinosaur in 2014. Epona was released in 2015. Then came South Peninsula in 2016, as did Jorvik City. And the latest big area to release is Mistfall, who came in 2017. I'm not entirely sure if you should count Wildwoods to Mistfall, but that part released in fall in 2021. To be honest, I can make a video that lasted hours of all the big changes of Starstable Online. But I honestly think that was the big stuff. I think. Not sure. The game has received many graphical updates as well that are still ongoing. The game is in constant development, and that is something we must have in mind. The reason why I created this channel is because Starstable Online, nicknamed SSO, is turning 15 years this year. That is a cause for celebration. And this is the only way I can think of contributing to the game that I've kinda grown up in. So feel free to post comments, additional info that I might have forgotten. And from here on out, I don't really have a plan on what to talk about next. Write comments below about what you think. If you do not have a YouTube account, feel free to send me a message in the game. Or if you are on Airstar, my home server, and see me, feel free to say hi and have a chat. And remember guys, stay safe, for Garnock is always lurking.